You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans. So Willow Tait and Drew Cain both want each other, but them being together is taboo. But with him grieving the death of his political mentor, it seems like Willow and Drew are about to take a bite of some juicy, forbidden fruit. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about what happens when temptation overwhelms these two. So, of course, you know, Willow and Drew kissed, and they were caught by Sasha Gilmore. But honestly, even worse than Drew kissing Willow is that within 20 minutes, he was also swapping spit with her mom, Nina Reeves. I don't know about you, but that sequence of events really made my skin crawl. And then Willow confessed the smooching to her mom, Nina. And since then, Willow has been fighting what looks like a losing battle with her libido and her heart as well, because she wants Drew, but it's not just physical desire. She's kind of fallen for him. Willow has a very bad case of hero worship since Drew brought back Dr. Obrecht to save her life. And I mean, Drew's a nice hunk of silver fox eye candy, you know. So Nina came up with a strategy to protect Willow's marriage because she's thinking about confessing, and that's a bad idea. So her mom thinks. So Nina shared her plan with Maxie Jones after filling her in on Drew and Willow's little kissing sesh. And Maxie told Nina her plan is bizarre, but that's not going to stop this mama bear. Basically, Willow's guilt is eating her up and she wants to confess to Michael, but Nina said, don't do it. And of course, Drew is Michael's uncle. And if it came out, it would all explode and blow up Willow's life. So Nina's plan was to throw herself at Drew, keep him entertained in her bedroom so he doesn't try to slip in the sheets with her daughter. It is all just so murky and icky and oh so soapy, but I have to give Nina props as a mom. I mean, Willow's adoptive mom, Harmony Miller, handed her to a psychotic cult leader to be repeatedly raped as a teenager and a young woman. At least Nina is trying to keep Willow out of someone's bed that she shouldn't be in, even if Nina's methods are a little strange. But I also think Nina is enjoying being a sexy distraction for Drew. But things are about to change in a big way. For one, we know Willow is still very much hung up on Drew. Although she quit her role at the foundation to avoid being around him, Willow is still, you know, crushing on him, lusty about him, all that good stuff. Like when she and Drew got stuck in the elevator, remember, she got so flustered. And as soon as the doors opened, she kind of freaked out and ran off. And then at the baby's funeral, Willow was talking to Michael about loving someone you can't have. He thought they were both talking about, you know, loss and death, but I am 99.994% sure Willow was talking about Drew as being someone that you love and can't have. So now there's been this big shift. Willow was at Drew's big political rally, and everybody was wondering why Congressman McConkey wasn't there. It turns out he passed away. Remember, he had late stage cancer, so it wasn't a question of if he would die, but when. But still, Drew was a little blindsided, a little upset. Willow came to talk to him after his speech, and, you know, he took a call, and then he told her about the congressman passing away. And Willow wanted to comfort and, you know, talk more about it, but Drew didn't want to have a conversation about his grief in public, so they headed to his office. You know, the same office where he has diddled her mom on the floor, the desk, the table, the credenza, probably up against the drapes. Their DNA's all over that place. So again, ick. The spoilers for Friday have Michael worried about Willow, and that's because there is a big family dinner at the Quartermaine Mansion. In fact, Drew and Willow are both supposed to be there for it, but Drew already told Willow he's just not up for a family dinner because he is so upset. So the topic of Michael's worry is that Willow isn't going to show up to break bread with the family. The word is spreading about McConkey's death. Curtis saw it online. He told Portia. So I do wonder if Michael goes looking for Drew to offer condolences to his uncle. In the meantime, we have Willow alone with Drew. She is all caught up in her feels about him. And let's face it, Willow is also on Drew's mind a lot, even though he knows feelings that they have for each other are inappropriate. But he is upset and he's grieving, and Willow is right there offering comfort to Drew. I do expect a hug from Willow turns into a kiss with Drew, and that turns up the heat. Do you guys know, this is an actual fact, that a lot of people get frisky after a funeral or even after they find out someone has died, but a lot of times after a funeral, partly because of intense emotions and partly because that intimacy and that bodily contact is life affirming, and that's something people need to feel after a death. Either way, I am fully expecting that Drew and Willow are going to cross lines on Friday while he is emotionally charged about his friend's death and she is right there. I don't know how far it's going to go, but it's going to go somewhere, I believe. What I really hope is that Michael or Nina, or even better, both of them go to Drew's office to check on him because of McConkey's death and find Drew and Willow in flagrante. Usually soaps don't move that fast, though. You know, instead, maybe Drew and Willow do the deed, nobody catches them, and then it drags out for months until Michael finally finds out. I would expect if they do get intimate and they're not caught in the moment, that a very guilty Willow will confess to Nina, and I can only imagine what happens then. I mean, Drew might get a slap or even a punch in the face from his regular bed buddy Nina for getting naked with her daughter. I think we all knew that General Hospital was going to go there with Drew and Willow, but there needed to be some sort of catalyst, something to push them from temptation into actually doing the deed. And I do think Drew's grief is what is going to push them. That'll be the catalyst. We'll see how far this all gets. Me personally, I'm hoping just for the sheer drama and soapiness of it, that Willow does indeed get intimate with her uncle-in-law Drew and then runs to tell her mom Nina about it. Even better and soapier would be if Willow turned up pregnant, you know. Not that I want more babies on the set, but that stuff, whenever there's two guys and you got the who's the daddy. I know it's an overdone soap trope, but in some storylines, it makes it even more interesting. So we will see how far it goes, but this is absolutely what I'm expecting. Drew and his grief wind up being comforted by Willow, and that turns into kissing and groping and clothes shedding and a whole lot more. Be sure to come back tomorrow for the full roster of next week's General Hospital spoilers, September 2nd through 6th. Drop your comments. Let me know. Do you think Drew and Willow can resist temptation, or will they give in and take a bite of that forbidden fruit while he is all worked up and grieving? Let me know what you think. Please subscribe if you're not following us already, and definitely come back soon. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, talking General Hospital with you 7 days a week.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.